Hey everybody, it's Adam from Luxury Auto. Hope you are doing well. And today we're going to be looking at this 24 Toyota Tundra Platinum CrewMax 6.5 foot bed. We have it listed for just under 53 grand. It's only got 29,000 miles and the stock number is B7122A. Now this is the first time that I've actually looked at the new Tundras with the redesign and everything like that, and I've got some thoughts, but let's concentrate on the outside really quick because the outside of this vehicle looks absolutely phenomenal. Love the redesign on this. The old Tundra was kind of like that bulldog look, which, you know, it was good and I don't mind it at all, but this, really like what they did on the outside here. So we're gonna switch into POV, wow, yeah, POV mode really quick. And we're gonna take a walk around and then we're gonna get to the interior where I definitely have some thoughts. Okay, so the obvious comparison for the Tundra Platinum is like your F-150 Platinum, King Ranch, or your Sierra Denali package, you know, stuff like that. And this kind of beats out all of them when it comes to price. The starting MSRP for this would have been like 69,000-ish, right around in there. And the rest of those, I think the F-150 Platinum was like $75,000, and the Sierra Denali Ultimate, like you're looking at like 80K plus, right? So this definitely beats them out in terms of price. Looks wise, obviously it's very subjective, but I really love this huge grille opening that we got in the front here. You've got the Tundra badge on the front there. Really like what they did with the redesign with the headlights and everything like that. Now I don't know what this specific color is called. It's kind of like a Nardo gray, but with green. So it's kind of an interesting thing that we got going on here. Wheels, absolutely love them. TRD wheels, I think they look absolutely great. Kind of like a snowflakey design. Got Goodyear Wrangler tires on there, look fantastic. We've got some black accents going on, and one of my favorite things is we've got this bed cover already installed on here, and I have one of these on my truck. Absolutely love this. It's like an aluminum or hard plastic top, and then you can just kind of flip it over to uncover more of it. Really, really nice. So walking around the backside here, we've got a nice gloss black accent right there. Very kind of plasticky feeling though, which, you know, we've got your tow hitch right here. You've got your tow hookups right here. Okay, sorry about that. We had a train rolling through, lawnmowers driving by, so had to pause the video really quick. But outside of this truck, as you can imagine, with only having less than 30,000 miles, is in really, really great condition. Not really seeing anything on the outside here that's worth pointing out and highlighting as far as like damage, nicks, or anything like that. Let's take a look at the bed really quick and see if this has got a spray and bed liner. No, it's got a drop-in. Interesting. Okay, so we've got a drop-in headliner, or sorry, bed liner, not headliner. Again, really like these bed covers because you just pull down on this cable, boom, pop this up, and then you can just kind of keep flipping it. I will say, once you get to the end, quite heavy. It doesn't look like there's any sort of step built into the gate here, so kind of got your just more traditional bed going on here with no assist to get into the back, no handles or anything like that. Obviously Ford and Chevy have, for the most part, gone to having some sort of assist into the back. Do have an AC outlet right there where you can plug into, so you can, if you got like a cooler or, you know, whatever in the back here, you can have it plugged in. But the outside of the truck is great. The inside is where, again, I definitely have some thoughts. So let's go and check out this back seat here. I like the design of what we have going on here. I'll be honest with you, I don't know why we have this. I don't feel like you can really fit a whole lot in here, and like you could grab it, but like look at the plastic flexing on that. That doesn't feel solid. So right here's your grab handle, and if you pull in, you know, you shut the door. Got two nice little cup holders right there. The back seat, got plenty of room back here. Now, one thing that I think is awesome is you do have heated and cooled seats, which is great. You've got two USB plugins back here. One's USB-C, one's regular USB, and then you do have a 120 right there, which is awesome. Up top, if you can see it, we do have almost a full pano sunroof. And let's get to the driver's side. So this has only got 30,000 miles on it, and the plastics on this not great. We've already got some marks going on here. We've got some boot scuffs right here. We've got some boot scuffs right there. So less than 30,000 miles, 2 years old. What is this thing gonna look like in 5 years? Really gotta ask the question there. We have some buttons right here, heated steering wheel, turn on your 120 for the back over there, and then deploy your steps, and then your bed light right there. So again, nice, this is where your handle is, and then if we grab the door right here, it's just nice and loose. All right, seat, kind of got some little bit of wear going on there. And then you get inside and, you know, you can see here like the steering wheel's already got some scuffs and stuff on there going on. Now, one of the things you can say is, yeah, Adam, we get it. Like it's got some wear and tear, but it's a Toyota. It's going to go forever. Great. I'm just giving you my POV literally on what I'm seeing on a truck that's 2 years old. It's got less than 30,000 miles. The plastic here is already kind of a little bit scuffed up already as well. Now, what I will say is we have this big, gorgeous screen right here. Let's go ahead and start this puppy up. Steering wheel buttons feel very, very nice. I will say this display, for a truck, I don't necessarily get it. We have a big old tachometer right there, which it kind of is a callback or a throwback to the original Tundras where they had like this, they had kind of this design for their tach and their speedo, right? And so like you had like the outside of it anyways, where you had just like the silver, I don't know how to explain it, but so I get and I like the fact that they did a throwback to that, but why do we need this huge tach in a truck, first of all? And number two, like the miles per hour is just small. So I don't know, and some of this is just gonna be personal gripes, right? I've tried to see if I could change it to a different view, and I don't see how I could do that. The buttons feel very nice right here, nice and kind of clicky. They feel okay, you know, and the way I'm kind of relating this, guys, just to throw this out there, I'm looking at this is Toyota's best offering. This is the best that they're giving you. And I'm just like, really? Like really, this is like the best that you could do? And you know, you can sit here and say things about the F-150, the Sierras, like they all have their things, right? They're not all perfect. I'm just looking at this as, this is one of the most coveted trucks out there. Toyota's got a cult following and so on and so forth. Shifter, really like this. Nice, blocky, thick. Like I like how it feels in the hand when you put it into gear. You're like, yeah, it's in gear. I like how all these switches feel. I like that we have actual physical controls for the climate controls, heated and cooled front seats. I like all of this. Now, this center console area is where I start to just be like, what are we doing? So right here, we have a wireless charger, which is great, but you almost have enough room for like 2 of them, but we decided not to do 2 of them. And we almost have like an oversized 1 wireless charger. And the design of it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And here's the reason why. Let's say I put my phone right here, okay? So that's great. Like, I'm glad that we have a tab here to make sure that we're not going too far to the right, but we didn't put one to the left to make sure that we don't go too far to the left. And then again, like we have this huge section here where like you could have like moved this over and then put another wireless charger right there. Number 2, if you do any sort of acceleration, guess what your phone's gonna do? Now you're no longer wirelessly charging. Like, I think it was the Crown that I reviewed that had a great phone wireless charging system. You just like, boom, slot it in right here, wirelessly charges. It was great, loved it. This, on the other hand, what are we doing? Because any sort of bump, it's just gonna go like this. Now it's off kilter, now it's not gonna charge the way that it's supposed to. I don't know, what? Okay, then, inside the cup holders right here, you can see we've already got some like marking going on. Again, 30,000 miles, like, and on top of that, the cup holder is not even a good design, like at all. So here's what I mean. look, here's my can here. By the way, shout out to First Form, sponsors of the channel. Not really, but that would be super sweet if they did. It's tilted off to the right. It's not centered. And you might think, okay, well, that's just a stupid gripe. And you know what? You might be right. I totally get it. This is just stuff that I'm noticing, and I'm like, really? Like, we couldn't come up with a better design? Like, we couldn't just put 2 more of these right here? And if it was a space constraint thing, totally get it. I understand. But we have this. We have inches that we could put right here. Like, just make them bigger and put 2 more. I put my drink in here, and now it's tilted off to the side. Why? Like, why did we decide to do this? This right here, love the feeling of this. Nice, thick, big knob. It's stubby. Like, when I turn this, I get a nice tactile feedback. I know what mode I'm in. I'm like, yeah, put it into sport mode. Let's go. Love this. This is great. Nice tow button right there. You know which one if you're in drive mode or tow. I like that this, you have to press down and put it into 4 high. It's got a nice like tactile feedback right there. I'm gonna go ahead and just keep it in 2 because I don't have any reason to put it in 4 high. This section right here, I really like this actually, but it's very plasticky. Like it has a lot of flex going on right here. So this is a nice spot to put your phone, because I'm sure after probably the first dozen uses of this, you're like, this Qi wireless charger is frustrating me, so I'm just gonna put my phone right here because there's no point in using this. Totally get it. But like, we have some leather going on here. There's some padding, but it ain't great. Like, it's okay. And again, some pretty good flex going on right here, but great spot to put your phone. I just realized that this is, you can pull this back and then you can just like reach into the center console here, and you've got some great depth going on right there. 2 USB chargers in here. One's a USB-A, one's a USB-C. But you have this other compartment right here, and like, what are you gonna use for this? Because most of the guys that I know that are driving trucks for truck reasons, right? Not like I towed one thing from Home Depot once per year. Their wallets are like this thick. And so like this doesn't do them any good. But if you have a nice thin wallet like I do, here, so for me, this is all I need. This is all I need. Boom, throw it in there, good to go, right? So, I mean, that's nice, but I'm not a truck driver for a reason, because I'm not man enough, I guess. My hands aren't big enough, I don't know. But if we open up the center console, lots of space in here. Love this, what we have going on here. Lots of really good usable space. Again, 2 USB chargers in there. Lots of good stuff going on. 2 cup holders back here, but you still got the woefully inaccurate or woefully inadequate design of the cup holders, where this is even better, because now they're going to be tilted backwards, and so when you accelerate, the liquids are just going to go out the back and then splash all over the front. Great, love that. That's super enjoyable. Now, I'm going to move on to Actually, I'm gonna move on to my biggest gripe. Here is my biggest gripe about this truck, and you guys are gonna think I'm insane, but it's just my opinion, right? This volume knob is an atrocity to humanity and trucks everywhere. It feels flaccid, it feels soft, it's like there's not great tactile feedback. Why did we not take this and put it here? Yeah, big knobs, tactile feedback, turn. And then to make it worse, like, I don't know if you guys can see this, but we have just a stupid amount of play going on right here. And then so much so that I guess if you want to, it's really easy to clean off the inside of your volume knob. On a $70,000 truck that's 2 years old, that's what this is. This is the best that Toyota could give us, is this. Is you're driving down the road and you're like, yeah, crank up the tunes, right, man? Oh, I have no idea what volume I'm at because there's no feedback at all. I don't know. Or, you know, you get too excited with it and then you just decide to pop it off and then toss it in there. And now this is what you're left with, is a knobless thing. I guess it's nice if you want to make sure that people don't mess with your radio. You could just like, you could set it to where you want it, turn it up to the volume you want, toss it off to the side. Now nobody can mess with it. You're the only one that can mess with it. So maybe it was an anti-passenger volume messer-upper thing from Toyota. Great. Screen, in general, love the screen. It's nice, it's big, it's crisp, it's clear. The only thing I don't like about it is for my little man arms, it's kind of hard to reach all the way over here to do what I need to do, which wouldn't be a big deal if there was, say, a knob in here or something like that where you could like scroll through everything really quick. Now, could I lean forward and just tap it? Yes. I'm not saying that you couldn't do that. I'm just looking at this as aesthetics, right? Or ergonomics. Like, how does using the truck kind of feel? So that's just that. That's my interior run through. Probably made a lot of people very upset, but this is just me being honest with everybody watching this. All of that's great. How does the truck drive? So I've got some notes here. Okay, so the interior is just one facet of the vehicle, right? But how does it actually drive? Like, when we're using a truck, we're using it for truck things, right? So we're using it for towing and everything like that. Screen is great. The cameras for this is great. Nice, crisp, clear, great 360 views, great backup camera view. You've got a ton of different options here for being able to see like what's in the bed of the truck and everything like that. Like, this is great. Love this. The main screen here, I would say, is iffy on the quality of the screen, the crispness of it, and kind of just the general like design of it. Just, I don't know, for some reason it reminds me of like early 2000s graphics. I don't know why. It feels like Doom, the game, but like early 2000s type feel. I don't know why I'm picking up that vibe, but that's just the vibe I'm kind of getting. The steering is very light, very easy to steer this. So now this particular truck has the iForce not max engine. So it's twin turbocharged V6. I think it's like a mild hybrid if I remember correctly, or maybe it's not a hybrid at all, but definitely has some nice get up and go. Definitely has a nice note to the engine. I think this is pretty comparable to the like EcoBoost 3. I forget which one the Ford has. Sorry, 3.6 liter twin turbocharged V6. I think they're pretty comparable. Towing capacities are not comparable. So the towing capacity for this, I believe, is right around 11,000 pounds. And if I'm remembering correctly, the F-150s and the Sierras all beat it by in and around, say, 1,000 pounds, which wouldn't be bad if this thing rode nicer than either one of those. But when I'm driving this, and I'm driving it just in town, the ride quality of this feels like I'm driving a 2500 from one of the other brands. It's not horrible, but it just you feel like you're driving a truck, which, you know, granted, you are driving a truck. And, you know, I have to say, like, I'm a big fan of, you know, a truck is a truck. It's not meant to ride like an SUV. But when you're comparing against the competition, I don't know, like, kind of hard to make that same exact statement, because riding an F-150 like King Ranch or Platinum is a more enjoyable experience than this. Okay, we're gonna give her a little throttle. Nice. Good sound, good get up and go. It does kind of, when I've given it partial throttle like that, it does almost have like this, like, oh, we're waking up, oh, we've woken up, okay, now we've really woken up type of, like, it almost goes in stages. And I don't know if it's just like it's taking that long for the turbos to spool up or what the deal is, but just kind of an interesting thing that I've noticed with this, just a behavior thing. So you just hit like a bump back there, and obviously we're in a construction zone, right? And it rides like a truck. Like, and the thing that I think is interesting about that is, you know, one of the things that Toyota highlights is that this has like rear springs, and so it should have a nicer ride than like the traditional like leaf spring style. I don't know. Sure. I'm not really feeling it right now. And again, this would all kind of be forgiven if, like, let's say the tow rating was quite a bit more than the competition, but it's actually less, and the competition rides, I believe, nicer. Okay, we're gonna get onto the interstate here. I'm gonna give it throttle again. Okay, so here we go. Okay, that was a little bit smoother that time. It sounds great. This V6 almost, you could almost mistake it for like a really small V8 as far as like the sound of it goes. Really easy to put this thing in cruise control. Just hit the button there, down for set. Like, I like this. It's kind of a weird thing that cruise controls can vary so much from brand to brand, but this is really nice. This steering wheel feels very truck-ish. Like, they have kind of like this dimpled golf ball leather thing going on here, which is kind of like a sporty, kind of going for like a sporty type feel, but it feels okay. It just doesn't feel the same as, like, say, the GLE 63S that I was in the other day, which has kind of a similar feel, or a similar kind of thing going on here, but that feels like true blue sporty steering wheel. Of course, two completely different kinds of vehicles, right? Side view mirrors on this thing, I do have to say, very nice and large, very easy to see, kind of like where your blind spots would be, or for like towing. Really, really good for that. But yeah, I mean, like, this is a good truck. It's just like ride quality wise, like, and even noise level wise, like going down the highway right now, like, it's been a while since I've been in a GMC Sierra Denali, but it is like silent in there. And again, price point, big, probably a big gap there, right? Definitely get it. But this is kind of like what this is going up against. F-150 Platinum's King Ranches, same thing. Very nice ride, very quiet on the interstate. So that's just kind of what I'm comparing it against. All right, guys, that pretty much does it for this video. So again, this is a 24 Tundra Platinum CrewMax 6.5 foot box bed. We've got a price for just under 53 grand. It's got 29,000, just under 29,005 for miles. Stock number again is B7122A. If you are interested in buying this or any other vehicle that we have, go to adamhubercarsales.com, or you can contact me at adam.huber@cadillacofsiouxfalls.com. Really looking forward to it. Put in the comments, was I just completely wrong? Is the Tundra one of the greatest trucks of all time, build quality wise, and so on and so forth? Go ahead and tell me how wrong I am in the comments. And if you liked it, great. Like it, subscribe, do all the things. Talk to you later.